Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today is the last day of Mixin' Drum Series. Sorry to say that, but it is. But I have so much more planned for you guys for this channel, so make sure you keep sticking around and make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Alright guys, so today is the last series on mixing drums, but I'll be doing much more drum videos in the future on this channel. But today we're going to talk about cymbals and how to get them to fit in your mix using EQ. So let's jump into my DAW and I'll show you how to mix it. Let's go. Alright guys, so the first cymbal we're going to talk about is the crash cymbal. Now I'm going to give you some EQ tips to mix your crash cymbal. So let's open an EQ. Now the first EQ we're going to use is the Pro EQ inside Studio One 3. So let's open an EQ. We're going to pull this in and place it on our cymbals. Alright, so now that we have our EQ open, so let's talk about frequencies. So the clunky noise lies around 100 to 300 Hertz. So we're going to sweep around that area until we find that clunky sound and cut it. So here we go. Okay, that sounds a lot better to me. The frequency we just boosted, we're going to now cut 3 or 6 dB. Now the reason I like to work in 3 to 6 dB chunks is because so you don't boost too much gain or you don't cut too much gain. So here we go. Alright, so I cut about -3 dB. So now what we're going to do is move on to the next frequency. Now, in a lot of my other drum mixes videos, I talk about cutting 500 Hertz, right? So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to cut 500 Hertz to take out any boxiness in the overheads of the cymbals. That's really going to clean up the sound of the overheads and the cymbals. So let's sweep around until we find a bad frequency here. Here we go. Found a bad frequency already. So now what we're going to do is cut it 3 to 6 dB. So what I like to do too is widen the bandwidth so that we get a little bit more room. Here we go. And I'm going to do the same on the other frequency that we cut. Alright, and there we go. So far, it's sounding good. So what I want to do now is actually bypass the plugin so that we can hear what a difference it's making. Here we go. Alright, so far it's sounding great. Okay, so before we move on to the second EQ move, I want to give you guys another tip that you can do with the 500 Hertz cut. You can also do this cut on your drum bus. A lot of times this can be done to clean up every single drum in your mix. Okay, so you know how after you hit a cymbal, it rings out for a little bit? Well, if you like the sound of that, then this next tip is for you. So if you want your cymbals to ring out more than, you can boost 2 and 6 kilohertz to let the cymbals ring out more. Depends on the mix, really, and the song you wrote. But if you want the cymbals to not ring out so much, then cut around 2 or 6 kilohertz to not have your cymbals ring out so much. So let me show you how this is done. So we're going to jump right into 2 kilohertz and 6 kilohertz, which is around this area. Here we go. Okay, so right there, I kind of get like, they hit the cymbal and then it just rings out. So I think we're gonna actually boost it right there. So let's boost about, I'm gonna say about 3 dB again. Here we go. And then like we do, we're always gonna boost the Q a little bit. Here we go. Alright, and that sounds great to me. Alright, so there you go, guys. There are a few tips to mixing your cymbals. If you guys enjoyed this series on mixing drums, hit that like button and leave a comment down below. There is a lot more to come for this channel. I have so much more planned for you guys. Can't wait for you guys to see what's coming up. And make sure you guys keep following your dreams and keep making great music. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. And I will see you guys Sunday for the next video. Alright? See you guys then.